Hello everybody, Kyukon here with another game for you today here on Metalopolis. And spawning is the green Terran. On the right we have the TvP, while on the bottom left spawning is the red Protoss player. We have sSKS. And both of these players are from the OGS team, which is a Korean team. So yes, this is a Korean match. Two very high tier Korean players who do play together a lot. They know each other well. They most likely know each other's strategies. So maybe one of them will do something special, throw the other one off. Who knows? But I would like to take the time here at the beginning of the match to just thank everyone who's given me feedback so far. I really do appreciate it. For the very little amount of views I have, I actually did get a pretty good amount of feedback, so I'm very happy with that, and I really do appreciate it. So please don't hesitate. Just keep it coming. I like it. But anyway, so let's take a look at sSKS here, chrono boosting out a bunch of probes. Probably not going to be doing any early rushing as he's using his chrono boost on probes here. And it looks like they are exchanging some words here in Korean, or maybe maybe it's just as much gibberish to him as it is to me. I don't know what the question mark is for. I also don't know what those semicolons are for. I actually see that a lot during Korean matches, just semicolons. Maybe it's to let him know a statement's ended. I don't know. That's my computer science knowledge coming into play there. I actually have no idea. Maybe sSKS is just as confused as I am. Who knows? But back to the match. Looking at the income tab, fairly equal. There really won't be much deviation in harvesters this early in the match. As the gateway, we have gateway and gas coming up for sSKS, and a barracks and gas already on the way for the TvP as well. Scouts going out for both teams. They both went the wrong way, which is no fun. I do like how the TvP did grab the Zelnaga though first to make sure that his opponent wasn't grabbing either high yield. I think it's a very good idea. Make sure no one's ever pulling a cheese move on you. You just take an extra 1 second out of your time, look at the Zelnaga, and you view on both high yield stations. And it looks like sSKS is going to find the Terran player first, as the TvP made another wrong turn. Just can't get lucky with his probes. But what? And the TvP here building a proxy factory, it looks like, in the gas across from his opponent SKS's base. And wow, that's something you don't see very often. So proxy factory, knowing where his opponent is now, maybe gonna fly it in and do some Hellion harassment, maybe just siege up, who knows. Bringing in his SCV just to make sure where his partner is and what he's doing. And sSKS, very good Zealot placement. That's a really great idea to keep him there. Really make sure no SCVs can get in the base and see what it's doing. Stalker coming in for sSKS as well, as the TvP just bringing out and sticking with one barracks in his main base as that factory goes up. Probably just going to D it up until he can get some harassment going. Look at production tab, concussive shells going up. At the same time we have warp gates going up. And it looks like sSKS is pushing in with a little bit of an army, seeing what's going on for the TvP, and the TvP should easily be able to hold this off, as it looks like he's going to continue to push. No, both armies are going to be going their separate ways. The factory on the bottom being flown into the sneaky part of the space. Not sure why he didn't opt to go for the gas. Maybe because he could have anticipated the pylon being there. But either way, it looks like sSKS does not see this factory. And at the same time, the TvP is moving in his main army, going to try and split up his forces so that when this Hellion comes out, he can get some good harassment with it. And it looks like he might be trying to build a bunker. He has an SCV here, maybe just trying to lure this army out. And it's succeeding, as the sSKS is leaving his base with all his units trying to take out this mini army from the TvP. As the Hellion's coming in the back trying to harass some probes, looks like trying to get some kills, getting cornered. Oh, the Hellion gets cornered by sSKS. You're going to be able to take him out without any major casualties at all, as popping out another Hellion. Now his sSKS does know what's going on. He has his army back here now. He finally sees the factory, as concussive shells are just doing it up on this Zealot here. Another Hellion coming in, not going to be as successful now that two Stalkers are attacking it. So the factory harassment from the TvP didn't work as well as he planned. He's probably going to be lifting it off right now, getting out of there before units can be warped in to take it down. As this Zealot that we watched earlier finally dies without the Marauder taking a single hit. Good micro, as he's still worrying about this factory over here. which, ooh, did take some damage from the Stalkers, but it is going to get away fine. And that Hellion coming back around to scout, as we do have a starport up already for the sSKS with Banshees on the way and the cloaking upgrade right away. So we're going to see even more harassment from the sSKS as he gets cloaked Banshees in sSKS's base. And looks like he's getting ready to expand here, sSKS that is. Yep, moving as probe now, going to be building a Nexus as he's moving out with his main army. Assuming that sSKS doesn't have a big army since he was doing that factory harassment earlier, trying to move in his factory again, and he's going to move it away as soon as he sees that gateway being built there. Just trying more sneaky moves. The Observer there, going to see this Banshee moving out, hopefully be able to counter it in time, as the Observer does have detection. Preparing his Hellion there that took damage before. Factory headed back to his main base as the cloaked Banshee is moving out. And his expansion here going to be coming up any second as he's moving out with his main army. sSKS has an Immortal up, so his robotics facility is pumping out Immortals. Cloaked Banshee going to be attacking any second as sSKS's main army is moving in. He sees these bunkers here. He probably won't be able to penetrate the bunkers with that large army he has, as the Banshee's coming in to do some harassment. Stalkers and an Observer ready there. He was definitely ready for that attack with his Observers. Cloaked Banshee might get taken out, and at the same time, this army looks like wasn't able to break through those bunkers there, and might be able to take down this factory on the way. Wow. Just bad timing for that factory to be flown in as that army was moving out. Cloaked Banshee not able to do much damage as that Observer is just following it around. Almost got taken out. This harassment isn't working for our Terran player, the sSKS, as well as he had hoped, as sSKS just now took down Cloaked Banshee. Big hit, big investment, not working out well. Looks like he's just scouting around this factory as he's continuing to produce Banshees. And we do have an expansion up for sSKS in the meantime. And sSKS now is a pretty big army in comparison to just a few Marines and Marauders that are in this bunker here, but it should be enough to hold it out. Really, sSKS is just not letting him expand and just taking the Nexus, going to saturate that base up while his opponent isn't able to expand. Another Banshee going out, which the Observer saw. Not sure how much harassment it will be able to do. Hitting his main line before the Observer gets there. He did move, sSKS moved his army away from the Observer, but he just didn't get spread out enough for the sSKS to do enough damage, as sSKS with an Observer in his army and one in his base is just looking great against these Banshees. Nothing they can do. It looks like he's still producing Banshees, hoping he can do some damage. Getting rid of his bunkers, salvaging him now, and seeing that he has enough of an army, researching his stim pack, and going to try and expand since sSKS did move away. The Observer does see it though, and I wouldn't doubt an attack coming in right now.